Worst Poetry by Sarah Kay. Without question, you are the worst thing that has ever happened to my poetry. And I'm serious. I've heard about writer's block, but this is ridiculous. My poetic fluidity has dried up faster than a woman hitting menopause, to the point where this dry spell has got me praying for some inspirational discharge to leak from the folds of grey matter in my brain. And shit, see what I mean? I've been thinking for far too long with my heart instead of my head, and I think people may be starting to notice. And I've got a reputation to uphold, man. And no, it's not my time of the month, so don't ask. It's my time of the day, or what used to be when I could sit down and write a really gritty, angry poem, one that just seethed with angst. But now I can't, because I'm just too damn happy. Or should I say sappy? Because I used to watch Face the Nation for international news, then West Wing for international hope. Turn out great political satire ripe with biting wit and sarcasm, and I just can't do it anymore. You know why? Because I don't watch those shows anymore. Because you've got me watching the stars. And I don't mean Brad and Angelina. No, I mean those stars. You've got me watching them, thinking about whether you're watching the same ones as me, and maybe that would make a good poem. And 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 this is crap. Like a slap across the face of my muse, who's had to withstand so much abuse. She's threatened to leave my side, leave my mind. I try to tell her, please, it's just not a good time, but she leaves me with my pleas and really bad rhymes, and I can't do this. I refuse to let my works and words sink to such levels of atrocity. Refuse to submit to roses are red, violets are blue. My poetry sucks, and it's all thanks to you. But you turned my brain to mush. And it's so hard not to let my thoughts run off in moments of ridiculous romanticism and irrelevant metaphors, like dipping my tongue and hands into the paint can of my mind. I splatter gooey gobs of thought onto the wall, then watching as the rest of the world tries to make sense of my lovesick babble. They come with black sharpies and try to connect the dots, forming man-made constellations with my nonsensical thoughts. Oh my god, this has to stop. Because writing in abstract metaphors so that you think I have a more poetic view on the world than you is against my poetic ethics, which rhymes with ethnics, which incidentally is one more poem topic you have rendered useless. Which means I never fit inside the check mark box, always fall between the cracks, and always write about finding my culture, where I belong. But those poems have fallen to the wayside, as I find I belong up against your chest, your arms around my back, my head under your chin, eyes closed. I sit down to write a poem, and the only thing in my mind is you. And I don't understand why you're the worst thing that ever happened to my poetry if you're the best thing that ever happened to me.